Anxiety has hangovers, and not enough people talk about it. And different types of anxiety have different types of hangovers. And today I want to speak about one that affected a client I had earlier on, and that's the hangover that comes after social anxiety. Social anxiety comes in many forms and is actually one of the anxieties that you can actually be unfortunately born with, especially if you're somebody who's neurodivergent. And the hangover is what happens when you leave that social thing and your brain immediately starts going back over all of the conversations that you just had. This can be especially bad when it happens at night time because it can keep people awake for like hours and hours. You find yourself at 2 o'clock in the morning lying in bed just not able to sleep because your brain is going crazy with thoughts about, did you say that? Did you offend that person? When consciously, logically, you know the answer is more than likely no, I didn't, I was perfectly fine, but your brain will not let you lie on that fact. In fact, what it wants to do is it wants to go through every single conversation, analysing it. But the problem is, when we're in social conversations and social situations, we're very rarely concentrating on everything that's said. It's not a lecture. So therefore it passes by in like waves. And what this does as part of our social anxiety hangover is it just makes the whole situation even bloody worse. So our mind starts just running over lots and lots of different things that could have happened, even though we have absolutely zero evidence to the fact that they did. If this happens to you, it's perfectly normal. It's bloody horrible, but it is perfectly normal. However, one thing you can do is to always remember the person that you are. The thing that drives much of our behaviour is who we are. If I was to say to you just now, I want you to go up to your friends just now and call one of them a wanker and say, I actually don't like you and I don't like how you speak, I would imagine you'd be appalled at that thought. In fact, you might even go, no, but I know that my friend's not that good. So why would it possibly be that you run these things that you might have said something to your friend that's offended them or worried them when you know the type of person you are? That's the last thing that you would do. In fact, I'd go as far to say, if you're worried about whether or not you offended someone, the chances are you're the least likely person to have ever done that.